Ladies and gentlemen, with a warm round of applause, please join me in welcoming Minister Josephine Teo, Minister for Digital Development and Information, and Minister in charge of Smart Nation and Cybersecurity. Good morning.
Good morning, my ASEAN ministerial colleagues, Secretary General of ASEAN, Dr. Kao Kim Hoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great honor and pleasure to welcome all of you to this 9th ASEAN Ministerial Conference on Cybersecurity, or AMCC. The presence of ASEAN ministers, Secretary General of ASEAN, senior officials, and dialogue partners, everyone here have made an effort to show our shared commitment towards strengthening our regional cybersecurity architecture. Since the AMCC last year, the cyber threat landscape has continued to evolve. Ransomware attacks, scams, and other cybercriminal acts are just some of the many challenges that occupy our collective attention. Take ransomware, for example. The threat continues to escalate. New groups like Ransom Hub and Brain Cipher have burst onto the scene and quickly gained notoriety by engaging in big game hunting, that is, the targeting and successful breaching of high-profile victims. Government entities and services are prized targets because these groups stand to gain significant notoriety and payouts given the widespread public impact. Suffice to say, ASEAN faces these challenges as well. ASEAN is a young and dynamic region with a digital economy poised to grow from $300 million to $1 trillion by 2030. We have a combined population of close to 700 million, with a significant proportion of young, educated, online-savvy individuals and a growing middle class. We are also fast adopters of the latest technologies like smart devices that enable the remote monitoring of everything from transportation nodes to air quality. While these technologies are very convenient and easy to use, they have also greatly expanded the attack surface of our respective states. However, I am confident that if we stand together, we will be able to strengthen our cyber defenses and secure our digital future. Since the AMCC was initiated in 2016, we have taken substantive steps to strengthen ASEAN's cyber resilience. At the ASEAN Digital Ministers meeting in February this year, the ministers endorsed the financial model of the ASEAN Regional Computer Emergency Response Team, or CERT, a key initiative in our regional efforts to advance operational coordination and the timely exchange of information to respond to cyber threats. Today, I'm pleased to announce the launch of the physical facility of the ASEAN Regional CERT, which ASEAN ministers and senior officials will be officiating later. With $10 million pledged over 10 years in funding, the ASEAN Regional CERT represents a concrete step in ASEAN's efforts towards regional capacity building and sharing of best practices. The ASEAN Regional CERT will also support our efforts in developing partnerships with industry and academia, facilitate and conduct cyber exercises, and enhance timely information exchanges. With a physical facility, the ASEAN Regional CERT will now have a dedicated venue to host workshops, training sessions, and regional exercises to uplift our collective capacity in the face of new and emerging cyber threats. The ASEAN Regional CERT's activities will be governed by a task force led by an ASEAN member state as overall coordinator. This role will be rotated biannually. I'm sure our fellow ASEAN member states would fully render our support to Malaysia as the first rotating overall coordinator of the ASEAN Regional CERT. The work and priorities of the ASEAN Regional CERT are already underway. The task force's inaugural meeting in Singapore on the 16th of August 2024 was chaired by Dr. Megat Zuhairi bin Megat Tajuddin, Malaysia's Chief Executive of the National Cybersecurity Agency, to discuss the next steps to operationalize the ASEAN Regional CERT. ASEAN is also fully committed to contribute towards the global efforts to strengthen the rules-based order in cyberspace. The adoption of and adherence to a multilateral system of voluntary rules, norms, and principles is not just a theoretical concept. These form the foundations of a secure and prosperous digital future for all. Dialogues and platforms like the Singapore International Cyber Week and the AMCC are key to enhancing these efforts. At the third AMCC in 2018, ASEAN was the first regional grouping to subscribe in principle to the United Nations 11 voluntary and non-binding norms of responsible state behavior in the use of ICTs. Since then, we have worked diligently to translate these norms into actionable steps. I'm pleased to announce that the ASEAN norms implementation checklist, led by Singapore and Malaysia with the strong support of our fellow ASEAN member states, was completed in September this year. The checklist builds upon wider UN efforts to implement voluntary non-binding norms of responsible state behavior in the use of ICTs. It identifies practical steps that relevant government agencies can consider when implementing the norm and corresponding capacity building activities that can be adopted to meet the norm. With methodically detailed guidance, I am confident the ASEAN checklist will go a long way to support ASEAN member states in their implementation of cyber norms in line with their respective national priorities. This is the first checklist of its kind. We would be happy to share our experience with other countries in the implementation of these norms in support of global efforts towards an open, secure, stable, accessible, interoperable, and peaceful cyberspace. The ASEAN Singapore Cybersecurity Center of Excellence and the ASEAN Japan Cybersecurity Capacity Building Center are other examples of the achievements that we have accomplished together as ASEAN and our partners. We made progress on these efforts because, as a region, we have a clear vision that is articulated in consecutive 5-year ASEAN cybersecurity cooperation strategies. The strategy was first launched in 2017 and subsequently renewed in 2021. I note that under the leadership of our Malaysian colleagues at the National Cybersecurity Agency, the effort to review the existing strategy has started so that it can chart the way forward for the next 5 years. I'm confident that this effort will inspire new areas for collaboration. Colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, this year's ASEAN theme under the Lao PDR's chairmanship is Enhancing Connectivity and Resilience. We should take advantage of the time we have together this week to engage in dialogue, to deepen our cooperation, and embrace the opportunities in a secure and resilient cyberspace. I look forward to our discussions at the AMCC and wish everyone a fruitful day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister Teo. I'd now like to invite Secretary General of ASEAN, His Excellency Dr. Kau Kim Hourn, up on stage to deliver his address. Your Excellency, please.
Your Excellency Josephine, Minister for Digital Development and Information, and Minister in charge of Smart Nation and Cybersecurity of the Republic of Singapore. Your Excellencies, Ministers from the ASEAN Member States and Dialogue Partners, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all. I would like to start by expressing my sincere gratitude to the government of Singapore for the invitation to deliver the opening remarks at the 9th ASEAN Ministerial Conference on Cybersecurity. Over the past decade, this high-level platform has become a vital forum for ASEAN member states to exchange perspectives, share experiences, and coordinate efforts to address cybersecurity challenges in the region. It offers a unique opportunity to enhance dialogue and deepen collaboration with external partners, advancing global cybersecurity cooperation. In this digital era, continued sustained economic growth hinges on our ability to anticipate, mitigate, and manage cybersecurity threats because the digital economy has become a new driver of growth for ASEAN. In 2023 alone, it expanded by 11%, adding a substantial $218 billion in gross merchandise value to the region's economy. This trajectory is likely to accelerate further with the launch of negotiations for the ASEAN Digital Economy Framework Agreement, DIFA. The agreement is poised to play a transformative role in the region's economic landscape. And of course, with this, there has been a lot of discussion already. With its contribution to the ASEAN economy is expected to potentially double from $1 trillion US dollar to as much as $2 trillion US dollars by 2030. This rapid growth underscores the urgency of addressing cybersecurity on a regional scale. It is crucial not only for safeguarding critical infrastructure, but also for maintaining the trust of citizens and businesses within our digital ecosystem. Therefore, this year's themes for Singapore's International Cyber Week, Trust and Security in the Digital Era, is particularly timely, as it certainly resonates with our collective aspiration to build a resilient and trustworthy digital future for ASEAN. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, the cybersecurity landscape faces increasingly sophisticated and ever-evolving threats due to rapid digitalization, the rise of disruptive technologies, and the growing interconnectedness of critical infrastructure. Cyber attacks are becoming more advanced, with threats such as ransomware, phishing, data breaches, identity thefts, online scams, and supply chain attacks targeting governments, businesses, and individuals. One of the biggest challenges is staying ahead of cyber criminals who exploit vulnerabilities faster than defenses can be developed. The consequences are far-reaching, resulting in substantial financial losses across multiple sectors, while endangering the security and well-being of citizens. An IBM research indicates that by 2024, the average cost of a single data breach for companies in ASEAN will reach $3.23 million, reflecting a 23% increase since 2019. Meanwhile, the rise in online scams has been alarming. Malaysia, for example, recorded $277 million in losses from over 32,000 cases in 2023, while Thailand reported $1.25 billion in losses from more than 300,000 cases. Singapore also faced losses exceeding $480 million during the same period. These are sources that we get. A cyber attack in Indonesia in July this year affected 282 government agencies and caused large-scale outages and disruptions. These figures underscore the urgent need for coordinated and collective action to mitigate this risk and protect our economies and societies from further cyber harm. Strengthening our national and regional cybersecurity capability is essential in addressing these evolving challenges. In the 2024 Global Cybersecurity Index, GCI, published by the International Telecommunication Union, we are proud that 5 of the ASEAN member states have attained Tier 1 status, placing them among the 46 leading nations globally recognized with their robust cybersecurity maturity and advanced capabilities. This accomplishment showcases our region's progress and our shared commitment to enhancing cybersecurity. However, there is still room for improvement to further build regional capacity and foster a truly resilient and secure digital ecosystem. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, addressing these disparities will require a multifaceted approach and commitment. I would like to take this opportunity to highlight 3 priority areas where enhanced cooperation among ASEAN countries, of course also with our dialogue partners, can make a significant impact. First, we must continue working towards an inclusive regional cybersecurity strategy grounded in the principle of the 2018 ASEAN Leaders Statement on Cybersecurity Cooperation. This strategy aims to promote policy coherence across ASEAN's 3 pillars of ASEAN community while reinforcing the region's central role in its cybersecurity architecture. A key aspect of this involves strengthening the ASEAN Cybersecurity Coordinating Committee, ASEAN CyberCC, to ensure strategic alignment with a clear governance structure assigning specific roles and initiatives to relevant stakeholders. This will help prevent duplication and foster the development of new initiatives where needed. The full operationalization of the ASEAN Regional Computer Emergency Response Team, CERT, mentioned by Minister Josephine, in 2024 will be a pivotal milestone in building a robust regional mechanism for coordinated cybersecurity responses. It will address cross-border threats and incidents by closely collaborating with national CERTs from ASEAN member states. This team will standardize cybersecurity protocols, assess vulnerabilities in network infrastructures, conduct cybersecurity exercises, and enhance knowledge sharing across the entire region. Second, we must identify our capacity building efforts and launch a region-wide cyber awareness campaign to strengthen resilience. ASEAN can leverage existing resources such as the ASEAN-Japan Cybersecurity Capacity Building Center, the ASEAN-Singapore Cybersecurity Center of Excellence, and the ASEAN Cyber Shield Project by integrating initiatives across various sectors, including the ASEAN Cyber Defense Network and the ADMM Cyber Security and Information Exchange of Excellence. We can reduce programs fragmentation, avoid duplicating efforts, and enhance the effectiveness of our initiatives. I think this is a very important undertaking that we can do. In addition, we must ramp up efforts to raise cybersecurity awareness, especially in addressing the growing threats of online scams and disinformation. Adopting a whole of ASEAN approach will ensure that we build a secure digital ecosystem, particularly for vulnerable groups. In support of this, we back initiatives developed by the ASEAN Task Force on Fake News and the ASEAN Working Group on anti-online scams. Our commitment to sustaining and integrating these efforts is vital to achieving ASEAN's goal of a safe and trustworthy online environment for all citizens. Third, we need to enhance dialogue and cooperation with external partners to strengthen coordination in finding global solutions to cybersecurity threats. While ASEAN must ensure that cybersecurity norms are relevant to our unique regional context, it is equally important to expand our partnerships and engage actively in global cybersecurity discussions. I think that's what we have here. I think it's very important here in Singapore. In this regard, I welcome the inaugural ASEAN-India Cyber Policy Dialogue, which complements ASEAN's growing list of cyber dialogues with key partners such as the United States, China, and Russia. These collaborations allow ASEAN to meaningfully contribute to shaping global cybersecurity governance while protecting the regional interests. As disruptive technologies like artificial intelligence, synthetic biology, and quantum technologies rapidly emerge. The impact on cyber and security, and cyber diplomacy is profound. Given the potential for intelligence gathering and cyber operations, ASEAN must work closely with international partners to establish norms and principles for their responsible use. We should also leverage ASEAN mechanisms to share best practices on oversight and regulatory frameworks and promote transparency and confidence-building measures in using these technologies. Crucially, this should involve multiple stakeholders, including academia, the private sector, and civil society, to ensure diversity of perspectives. Moving forward, ASEAN must adopt a balanced approach that manages risk, protects individual rights, and fosters trust while encouraging innovation. Finally, I also would like to highlight that as ASEAN economies increasingly digitalize, the region faces a significant shortage of skilled cybersecurity professionals, with a predicted gap of around 1.5 million workers in the Asia-Pacific by 2025. The cybersecurity talent shortage requires immediate attention and action from governments, education institutions, and the private sector to ensure a secure digital future. I'm glad to note that Singapore is also proactively addressing this challenge through initiatives like the Cybersecurity Skills Framework, specialized degree programs at local universities, and funding for lifelong learning. All these are aimed at enhancing the nation's cybersecurity capabilities and resilience. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, ultimately, our primary objective must be to build a secure, trusted, and resilient digital ecosystem that will underpin ASEAN's continued economic growth and regional stability in the digital era. Achieving this will require sustained commitment to establishing strong and effective regional mechanisms that foster unified policies and enhance our cybersecurity preparedness for the future. At the same time, collaboration with our strategic partners will allow us to leverage collective strengths. I'm confident that our discussion today will greatly contribute to realizing this goal for our ASEAN community and our partners. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, one of the key highlights of this year's AMCC is the launch of, as mentioned before by Minister Teo, the physical facility of the ASEAN Regional CERT. Now, in just a few moments, I will be inviting the ASEAN ministers to join us on stage to officially launch this initiative together. But before that, sit back, relax, and enjoy a video of the ASEAN Regional CERT. Enjoy.
Digital and cyber technologies have presented the ASEAN region with significant opportunities for economic progress and social upliftment. At the same time, risks to digital and cybersecurity continue to present serious challenges to the secure, safe, and trusted use of these technologies. The region has been cooperating on many significant cybersecurity initiatives to secure our common interests against threats and attacks. The formation of the ASEAN Regional Computer Emergency Response Team, or CERT in short, presents an exciting new chapter in this cooperation. The ASEAN Regional CERT, located in Singapore, will facilitate enhanced operational coordination and timely information sharing between ASEAN member states and coordinated capacity building to improve regional cyber resilience.
Cybersecurity is all about shared responsibility. I don't think one country or one organization can protect themselves alone.
The ASEAN Regional CERT is a great initiative because it will allow us to have a common platform where we will have operational points of contact which will facilitate information and intelligence sharing of the threats that each of us are facing, which are likely common threats which other ASEAN member states also will be facing.
Cybersecurity is a team sport, it's an international sport. The only way we can fight the threat actors is together.
As part of its mission, the ASEAN Regional CERT will focus on 8 key work streams, including operational information sharing, awareness building, and conducting exercises to international cooperation with other regional CERTs.
It will actually introduce or demand a higher level of standards and also competency from each national CERT. Each AMS CERT or national CERT needs to improve themselves competency-wise.
The ASEAN Regional CERT is a key milestone in our efforts to build a prosperous, secure, stable, and trusted digital future for the entire region.
This initiative of having regional cooperation within regional or globally is very important because we share our responsibility in protecting ourselves from cyber threats or any related threats in the cyberspace. Yeah.
Let's make it operational as soon as possible. We need people on the ground. We should have done this yesterday.
We should have done this yesterday indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, may we now invite to the stage Minister Teo, heads of the delegation of the ASEAN member states and the Secretary General of ASEAN to please join me on stage to officiate the launch of the physical facility of the ASEAN Regional CERT. Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, Ministers, if you could give us a couple of moments, just making sure we've got everyone here, giving our photographers a moment as well. If we could invite everyone to please remove your lanyards. And you're welcome to hand it over to us off stage. We invite everyone to remove their lanyards. Thank you. Ministers and Excellencies, I will count you down from 3 to 1, and I invite you to place your palm on the pedestal. I believe everyone's set. Our crew is all set. Ministers and Excellencies, let's do this together in 3, 2, 1. Place your palm on the pedestal, please. And congratulations on the official launch of the physical facility of the ASEAN Regional CERT. Thank you very much, Ministers and Excellencies, for being with us on such a milestone when it comes to the progress we're going to make in cyberspace together. And thank you for being here. A couple more photos for our photographers and media partners to the front, please. And for those of us that aren't taking photos, another round of applause. An amazing morning here that we are kicking off the opening ceremony for the 9th ASEAN Ministerial Conference on Cybersecurity. Just a couple more photos. Thank you again for joining us this morning. It's going to be a fruitful day indeed, full of discussions. Thank you very much, Ministers and Excellencies. I'd like to invite you to take your seats. Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellencies. With that, we've come to the end of the 9th AMCC opening ceremony. I'd now like to invite the ministers and senior officials that are participating in the sessions of the 9th AMCC conference on cybersecurity to please join us at Studio E. Our ushers will be happy to guide you there, and I look forward to welcoming you very shortly. Thank you.